Welcome to the Kingdom Hairstylist podcast. This is your host, Billie Jean. Hey everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Kingdom Hairstylist podcast. This is your host. My name is Billie Jean, and welcome to all the new listeners and all of the old listeners, and just welcome everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. This week I am literally on fire. I have been so on fire all week. Last week, and then I woke up today on Monday still on fire. And it's literally because I have been getting closer to God, and I asked him to stir something in me to keep me motivated and to keep me chasing after him and seeking after him and his will for my life. So I have been in such a good mood and just so happy and just in awe by the things that God is doing in my life and how he's changing me each and every day. Like, my thoughts are different. The way that I speak is different, and just everything about me is just changing. I looked at myself and I had this glow in the mirror, and I was like, I feel like I got lighter, but I really just feel like it's just God's glow. And that's amazing that he can change you from the inside out and you literally can see it. So it's just been really, really great. I've been excited about that. A lot of things are just changing for me. I am in a small group that I really, really love. Shout out to my cousin for hosting a wonderful small group called Slaying Self-Doubt through my church. And I'm just grateful to be amongst a group of great women. And she's an awesome leader. And we're just learning and growing together. And we're slaying some self-doubt. So that's really been fun and exciting. And I look forward to meeting with the ladies. We're going to take a couple of weeks off, and then we'll be headed back into the groups and to meet up. And that's just been good for me because I was in another group, a mentor program, and that's going to end in December. So I just like to be surrounded by people that I can grow with. I like to be surrounded by other women that are going through the same things that I'm going through, so that I'm not going through it alone, because it can be hard sometimes, and it could be kind of difficult if you don't have a group of people that understand exactly where you're going and where you're coming from. So I'm excited. I'm just lit. And I'm just on fire for God, and I'm just ready for him to keep using me. And even though it's uncomfortable, I don't care. I'm never turning back. I love it. I want to go forward, and I can't wait. But I wanted to talk about something today, something that has been going on with me. God has turned me into a dreamer. I have been praying and just asking him for different things, asking for answers to certain things, like why don't I like doing hair anymore? Or like, why does it feel like my passion is dying? Or am I doing the right thing? Am I supposed to be doing hair? And I think that I have been questioning him a lot about my purpose, because I've been listening to maybe too many sermons and too many different people, and also because things weren't going the way that I thought that they should go. Like, things had slowed down for me a lot, and I just didn't understand why things were changing the way that they were, and it just didn't seem like it was going in the direction of what I thought. When I started this journey with him, I thought it was going to be one way, but that's how good God is. You just can never keep up with him. I mean, he's just always doing something in us that we don't really understand at the time, but it all comes together full circle, and it just be amazing to me. I mean, because we really be thinking that it's going to be one way. Like, when I got on this journey with him, I just thought that I would, be successful in the eyes of other people, like that he was going to triple my money. He was going to get me a whole bunch of followers, a whole bunch of likes on social media, and that I was going to just be rich. And I'm just being honest and transparent. That was how my heart was when I first started this journey with him. I was basically seeking him to help me get out of the rut of feeling like nobody's noticing me and I'm not doing as well as I thought I would do. But during the journey, he's showing me that my idea of success is not the idea of success that he has for me. And he's showing me that his idea of success is basically doing everything that pleases him and getting your heart right with him and not being prideful. And that's what I was before I started this journey. Very prideful and very I had selfish motives. Those motives that I had of being rich and getting a whole bunch of likes and stuff, it was selfish. It didn't have anything to do with him. And so on this walk with him, he's showing me that everything that I do has to have him in it. He has to be involved. He has to be in the middle of it. He has to be the center of it. Everything I do, I have to do it to please him and not other people. So that was the main reason why he slowed me down. Because I would look around and shop and see everybody else so busy, but I wasn't really busy. And it was because he wanted me to take some time to get to know him as a person, because I just had the wrong idea of who he is. I didn't know that he was this good. I didn't know that he was this detailed, like the things that he does. He really cares. He's so concerned with the things that we don't even think that he's concerned with. Just small things. So he turned me into a dreamer more recently, because that's how he's been answering all of my prayers. I don't want to get off track too much because I know I can ramble sometimes. So please forgive me. But this episode is pretty much talking about 2 dreams that I had and how God answered the questions that I had about my purpose and why I was feeling like I was losing everything that I've worked so hard for doing hair since 2006. And it's been a passion of mine ever since I was a little kid. So I'm just going to start off with the first dream. So the first dream that I had a couple of weeks ago was I had parked in a parking garage. And you know, when you park in one of those garages, you definitely want to remember where you parked at. So I took a picture of the letter and the number that was on a pole close to where I parked. And it was a really, really huge parking garage, but everything was labeled and numbered. And I kind of had been to this place before, and it was a mall. And so I remembered, you know, certain parts of the parking garage, because I generally park on the same level when I go to this mall. So in the dream, I got out the car. I was by myself and went in the mall, went shopping, did everything I had to do. I was in there, I guess it looked like I was in there maybe about an hour or so. And the only reason I remember that is because I remember looking at the time as well when I parked. And then when I was leaving the mall, I looked at the clock again. And so when I got back in the parking garage, I could not find my car. And I know that that's happened to me before in real life, but when it happened to me before, I didn't pay attention to where I parked. That's why I start to now take pictures of the places that I park, because the last time that happened to me, it took me like an hour to find my car, and I cried and everything like a baby. It was crazy. But anyway, I could not find my car in the dream, and I searched all over. I called the security. I showed them the picture. They said that they never even seen this car in the garage. They had no record of me even coming in the garage. So they were looking at me like I was crazy in the dream. And I was getting so frustrated because I know that I came to this mall. I know I parked there. I took a picture of it. And y'all telling me that I didn't never come in here. So it was crazy. So I woke up like, what? So that was one day. And then maybe a few days after that, I had another dream, similar, but not the same, just kind of similar. I was at a hair show and I had an assistant with me, which the assistant was one of my client's daughters, which that was crazy because she's not even into hair, but she was my assistant. She was with me, and I was set up I guess I was selling stuff, and I guess I must have been one of the educators at the hair show. And I told her that I was going to the bathroom, but, to kind of wash the merchandise and stuff, and I'll be right back. So I go to the bathroom, and the bathroom was a good little bit of ways from where I was set up at. So went to the bathroom, come back from the bathroom, and all of my stuff is gone. So now more stuff is being stolen from me. So I'm like asking her, where's the stuff? And she's sitting there like, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? You sitting right here with it. Like, where's the stuff? And she was like, well, I walked away for a second. And when I came back, everything was gone. Y'all, my tablecloth was gone. Like, it looked like I never set up. All that was there was a bare empty table. So that was crazy to me. So when I had those two dreams, first of all, I'm not a dreamer. I've never really been a dreamer. My dreams that I've had in the past were not as detailed. I mean, I've had dreams in the past, but I'm not really a dreamer. Like, I don't dream often. It's very, very rare that I have two dreams like that back to back. So that was, to me, a sign that God was trying to tell me something. So, but I did what I normally do, which is not a good thing, which is like to research it, like online, just start looking up different things. But in the middle of me doing that, God has spoke to me, telling me like, ask me what the dreams mean. Don't look it up, because it's something I'm trying to get to you. I'm trying to tell you something. And then my mentor, she did a live post on Instagram about the same thing. Like, don't, look up your dreams. Basically, if you have a dream, go to God. So it was like confirmation that God was really speaking to me in this moment about really trying to get something to me. So as I prayed and went to God and asked him about what these dreams were, I had to write them both down so that I could remember, when I prayed, to be very specific about the dreams and to find out what exactly he was trying to tell me. Guys, it was crazy. So he didn't answer me right away. It was like a few days that went by, but basically he answered me, and he answered me through something I was reading online. It was from some type of like a church magazine or something, because when I study the Bible, I try to use different resources. So I'm always online, either Googling stuff, or I'm reading it in the back of the Bible, or just different places that I try to research different things on different sites. So it was talking about how, Satan will try to steal your dreams. And so I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I started talking to God about it while I was sitting under the dryer one day. And he was telling me that the reason I'm feeling like I don't want to do hair anymore, and the reason I'm feeling all these different things, so confused all the time and lost. And the reason why he had me dream is because he wanted to show me that I'm not on my post. I'm not on guard. I'm not protecting what he put inside of me from a little girl. I've been doing hair since I was like 5. I've always loved Barbie dolls, baby dolls. I love to do hair. I started doing hair like my cousin's hair and different people in the neighborhood when I was like 9. And then I started working as a shampoo assistant at like 16. So hair is my real life passion. And then I started to research how God will really, really give you your passion. He will instill it and put it inside of you from before you were even born. And then it's our job to fulfill the passion, to fulfill the dream. Because, you may look at yourself as just a hairstylist, or just a nurse, or just a social worker, or whatever you view yourself as. You might be thinking, I'm just that. But really, in the eyes of God, you're greater than that. And he can use you through any job that you have. I don't care what it is. There's always somebody that can be reached by watching you, learning from you, talking to you. So we're not just hairstylists. We're not just nurses. God put this passion inside of you. It's not something you just woke up one day and said, I want to do. It's something that he put inside of you a long time ago. And so for Satan to try to come